See, reason I knew that was coming is that is so typical of this kind of genre. Welcome back, and thank you for joining me for another reaction video. If you're new here, you know the drill. Punch that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, then you'll see these as soon as they go live on the platform. Today, we're going to be taking a look at an Australian band. The band is called Polaris, or Polaris. I'm not sure how you say it, but the song is called Masochist, and I'm super keen to get into it. It was a recommendation, and I don't know a lot about them, but that kind of makes it exciting, so we will be discovering this together. Let's have a look. Got like a whole panoramic vibe going.
This is a place I know too well. Been down here a while, if you can't tell.
Early pause, so apologies for that, but I do need to mention something that is quite cool with this. Whenever you see singers, particularly in bands, when they are really close to the mic and they're singing super soft and super subtle, I like it because you get a lot of imperfection. So you get things like their lips touching the mic, you hear that rustle, you get a lot of the like wind from the or the popping of the P's, and it's a deliberate thing to keep it in because it keeps the elements of essentially live or authenticity of the song, even if it is through just a studio track. So very cool.
And I have analyzed and tried my best to justify the sorrow I have brought upon myself. Am I addicted to the misery? Is this how I'll always be?
Nice. Didn't expect that. Okay, had no idea that was coming in the chorus. Really like that. I grew up with this kind of genre, so the whole kind of core, I'll say screamo for them, but kind of that kind of genre, that's what I grew up with. I grew up with hundreds of bands who were all playing this kind of same thing, so I'm very familiar with this kind of genre and sound. That was really catchy, was really smart. And one thing you need to know about this recording, it is very evident that the band slash producer slash engineer wants you to hear the guitars as kind of a hero piece outside of the vocals. Of course, it's almost like they push the guitars right to the front of the mix. And that is normally because they may be primary in the songwriting, or it may be because they have a unique ability, or the kind of sound they're going for, but it's evident. That's really cool because they've been playing with what is your traditional distortion or overdrive, and that has a very, very digital drive on it, or digital distortion to it. I like that they're using it quite sparingly on that because it's not nice when it's over a whole song, but that is that's very cool. So I'm gonna go back a bit just to hear them lead into it. Very nice.
The walls of this world just to turn back down, until I reach my rock bottom, down to the marrow, bringing up the bad blood unforgotten. Yes, I believe that's making me sick, burning both ends of the world.
Strong lead piece.
Am I addicted to the misery? Is this how I'll always be? Crying this sword into everyone. Am I in love with all my AOS? Crying for punishment. You can't trust me to be there for you.
Something interesting there is in the chorus, the first time they played it around, the drummer was doing a doubled up tempo on it, so now he's kind of slipped it down. So instead of hitting like 1, 2, and 3 and 4, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, which is really cool. I just think it's nice that they switched it up. Another thing to note there is I like the way that when the music becomes more aggressive with this kind of genre, you've got the more melodic, clean vocals on top, and something he does really well, which you see a lot in a band that I was lucky enough to tour with, which is Under Oath. Not with them, my band, touring with them, of course, is that screamy distorted vocal over the stripped back verse piece, which I think is really cool, and it's difficult to do. Like, it's hard to get that balance right, particularly live, but certainly in a recording as well. So nice one. I like what the guitarists are doing is they're changing it up enough to keep it fresh. That's a nice chord progression with the lead piece in the background, because it almost sounds, can't hear it super clearly on the first time, but it's almost like he's dropping to what sounds like a sad chord progression, and that's usually an indication that you're going to a minor, but I don't know if that's the case. It just fits really well. It sounds really nice, so we're going to back it up a little bit. See, the reason I knew that was coming is that is so typical of this kind of genre. And like I said, I grew up with loads of bands playing this kind of music. The thing about them is it's hard. It's actually quite difficult to stand out sound wise, because there's so many people trying to do this kind of thing. They do it very, very well. There's a lot of bands. The problem is there's a lot of bands who play this kind of genre and this kind of style, but they play it okay. And because there's so many of them doing it, it's like an ocean of artists, and you're trying to stand out and put your hand up. They do a lot of cool things, and they do a lot of cool things very well, that make me go, well, yeah, you're definitely, head and shoulders above a bunch of other guys out there. So this is super cool. And that whole filtered, almost radio filter on the chorus piece for like a full set of bars before it jumps back in, you'll find that in most songs in this kind of genre. I like it. I think it's cool. Cool video as well. Nice. Got a really good scream on him. I want to go back again because I like it's definitely gone a bit more brutal in this piece, so it's nice to see. He's got quite a lot of versatility for a singer in a genre that is quite restrictive in terms of what it says you should do by the laws of what's been done before, but he's pretty good. Yeah. They must be fire to see live. Yeah, I got to hear more of their stuff. That's very cool. Big fan of that. I know that originally being a South African, I'm supposed to be kind of arch enemies with Australian people because of sport, only sport, and just kidding, all jokes aside. That was great. Really liked that. Refreshing. Bit of a throwback for me, but a good one. They would have stood out, and they clearly have done. I mean, to come across the South African's radar all the way from Australia. They must be doing something right. So yeah, big fan of that. Really liked it. I hope you enjoyed this one. I certainly did. Definitely going to be looking for more of their music. If you liked it, give it a big thumbs up. That'll let me know that you want me to do more of these. If you have any more recommendations, hit them in the comments, and I will of course go through and answer as many as I possibly can. And if you've got any recommendations that I think are a good idea, I'll chuck them in the plan straight away and let you know when they're coming out. But thank you again for spending time with me. It does mean the world. And yeah, Polaris, Masochist. I like. Until the next one, be safe, be nice to each other, and have a good day.